With everything that's been going on the news recently as well as events, I could talk about certain subjects, but actually I'm going to talk about something that's happened recently. I want to make this one positive, but unfortunately the positive does have one particular incident, but I'm going to go over it very quickly and then go right back to the positive, because I promised myself that the next journal entry that I would make a video about would be in a much more positive setting. It just so happened that this kind of like happened to me recently, and it's kind of hard not to talk about it, because if I want to talk about the positive, I have to mention the guy's name, and you'll understand. Joining that indie studio did teach me some things about animation, but overall my issue with that studio was just how it was being run. I wasn't being updated, so I found things out last minute. I kept having to redo scenes over and over again because they didn't tell me exactly what they wanted, so I would just do what I thought was the right thing to do and then just be like, no, it has to be this completely different angle. What? It was a mess, and the guy that was running it was basically like the only one who knew what the story was about or its direction or where it was going, and everybody else in the studio was basically frustrated by his antics. Plus, it didn't help that last minute I found out that the studio was only created just to spite Studio Mappa. Like, the Jujutsu Kaisen guys? The fuck they do to you? They kicked me out. Oh. Yeah, I'm not getting paid enough to do this shit, bro. So, me and another animator named Nori left the studio. Nori took with him 2 others. We came together and all agreed that being in a studio has not helped any of us. Years and years of studio after studio or group after group, and we really didn't have anything to show for it. So we began to discuss each other's projects and came to the conclusion that we could help each other out. You know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. We were all pretty talented and all aspired towards the same idea together, so it made sense that we would help one another out. Plus, we decided that we would just begin by doing the smallest project first. Midnight had the shortest project at the time, so we began doing work there, with me and Norin doing the animation and Kitty just doing all the artwork. And for the most part, everything has been doing good. On the morning of July 11th, I received a message from someone in Nori's camp sending me messages and witnesses along with a Discord video call showcasing Nori confessing to committing sexual acts against several minors from the age of 14 to 17. And this wasn't your typical big YouTuber caught texting minors situation, no. He did things online and in real life with up to 5 to 7 victims, some even developing trauma afterwards. And it just kept going deeper and deeper, layers upon layers of degeneracy involving multiple people in his camp being on his side. Very incriminating stuff. Of course, I sent this evidence immediately to everyone else in our group, and we kicked him off all the projects on that very day. It was rough for all of us because we were just chilling and vibing with this guy just not too long ago, just never suspecting a single thing. Especially Kitty, just given the history and what their story is about. I can't imagine what they were thinking. So in true Kendrick Lamar fashion, I decided to write a diss track on the guy. Yeah, in 3 days I made the beat and the lyrics. I figured I might as well get petty about this shit, basically feeling betrayed and pissed off for just throwing this shit on us. Like the first time we form a group and we're starting our first project on commission and this shit comes out. Not a good look. So I figured, fuck them up, right? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. I decided I would just fuck them up on the beat and then wash my hands of this forever and never think about it again. Because you gotta understand, like, this wasn't even like a guy who did these crimes years ago. No, this was like as recent as like weeks ago. So it's like, oh yeah, this guy is beyond redemption and he has no plans to stop. So fuck this guy and fuck everything that he represents, and fuck his friends too that got weird shit on this phone. Fuck all of y'all as well. Since that incident though, we've immediately moved on and even befriended the other people in his D&D group who were the ones who told us all the info. Now I'm back to helping them with the work and getting sponsors. I even have been tasked to do all the scenes that he previously did, since we don't want to use any work that relates to this guy. Anyways, I did go to the Anime Expo to find the connections, and so far it's been great. I bought a lot of stuff. I won't tell you how much I spent because you would probably have a heart attack, but I had a good time there. And to be honest, it's kind of inspired me to go back maybe the next year or the year after that and try to connect more, maybe work better on my cosplays. And of course I copped a couple commissions while I was there too. And Midnight has been in charge of finding artists to get commissions from to boost us into the foray of animation and art. And they've recently announced that they've scored a decent commission as well, so you know, thumbs up for that. I've been continuing to study more animation, like action movement and 2D camera work, just trying to get used to the CSP animation program as well as other programs so I can be versatile and flexible in all of them. And these 2 other artists and the ones that I've met through them have been giving me all this inspiration to believe in my work again and to push myself to create more content. So yeah, I have set Saki to the side once again. like I said before, I do want to work on sake, but I do need help because I feel like I'm still not at that level to be able to do what I have to do. And I definitely need help on this project, whether if it's people or it's with money. But I definitely need help on this because I don't really want to work on this by myself. So if I can help them and they can later help me with my sake project, that'd be fantastic. We'll just have to see where it goes from there. And with this group that I'm in, we're working together to improve our work and make money. So for the time being, I'm gonna help them, and it's been good. I've been having a great time. I mean, despite that incident that happened, we immediately forgot about that and we're moving on to better things. I feel like I don't have to tackle everything alone anymore. Basically, like I can finally trust other people who won't just bail on me like other people have when they join my group. Like, I'll help you with sake. Actually, I'm too busy. So here's to hopefully finally getting that opportunity again to become a successful artist. Because I don't know, maybe someday it'll happen, or maybe never. But I'm okay with either outcome.